Alright, today we're having a look at Cuberun 2 by RadNFPlim. Alright, so here we're on Cuberun 2 by RadNFPlim, and it's very slippery. Tells us that it is procedurally generated jumping stages. Oh my, like we're fast? Why are we so fast? What? Hold on a second here. This is... What am I trying to land on? Okay, we got to bounce. There is a jump. This is very tough. I'm trying to figure out, like, what I'm doing here. I'm not doing very well. Apparently, I don't know why sometimes we're just starting in, like, in media res, and sometimes... we're starting on a static position. Maybe it's just because I'm holding down the... This is tough, okay? I like it. R2 to dive. That didn't help me. What is that? What is the diving? Why do I want to dive? Oh, maybe like if I'm going to overshoot a platform, that would be a good idea to dive. That wasn't a good idea to dive. It's always a good day to dive. Oh wait, no, that's a different media property. Oh wow, we got up top. Slick. We are slick. We're Slick Rick. I'm doing well. I'm not understanding this at all, but it's cool. What? Wait, why? Everything just changed. Rad. What am I doing? I mean, it's interesting. There's certainly a feeling of motion, and I do appreciate that. It jumps right back into the game. You don't get, don't waste any time with ending credits or anything like that. And sometimes, if you're just doing kind of mini-game type stuff, that's fine. That's really not a problem. Do I not have a jump? No, I do have a jump, but why is the jump the same button as the reset? Like, that's kind of a weird way to do it, isn't it? Like, I guess you have to hold to reset, so that would... maybe make it a little bit more difficult to accidentally. Do I want to dive? I don't think I do. Oh, this is kind of neat. I'm not sure why did that happen? Like, we must have passed some kind of move faster, don't stop. Oh, now you tell me. I mean, obviously we figured that out, but still, I'm trying to move faster, don't stop. No, wait, I don't want to dive. I don't want to dive here in the small... Crumbs, we're doing good. We're still in it. We're in it to win it, folks. I don't know if there's a win. Is there a win condition? Crumbs, okay, move faster, don't stop. You've told me that before. Stop telling me that. Well, that was... I mean, we did better that time. Do I like it? I do? Guardedly? I don't know... Okay, I'll be honest, I don't know how much I could replay this, like, in a session. But as something just to kind of jump into and play for a couple of minutes, screw around, and see if you can beat a high score, I mean, it certainly seems fun enough. The whole aspect of it being procedurally generated, or randomly generated, is what it says. No, it does say procedurally. That's interesting, because... Hi? Procedurally generated, it should be getting more difficult. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it seems difficult from the start too. So it's hard for me to gauge. Oh no, why? I want like one good run. I want to beat that 2,600 some odd points. Oh no, we're done. We're done. That's us. I do wish that it wouldn't kind of automatically start like that. I wish that there were like a null state, like a neutral state that you started from, just to kind of line up where you want to go for your initial run. Oh, there's lightning back there. That's cool. I like lightning. Do you not like lightning? I'm a big fan. Okay. Thunder, give it to me. Like, give it all to me. But you know what I would also like? I would also like some music. There's some interesting sound work going on in the background that I kind of dig, but at the same time, it just feels like, why am I... It's weird that I didn't fall there. Oh, crap! No! Oh, okay, we're going back to the hub. We're going to talk about it there. See yas! Alright, and we're back. And Cuberun 2 by RadNF Plim. And I liked it. It's very, your mileage may vary, as a lot of these creations tend to be, but I liked it enough to give it a yellow square within its limitations. I do see arguments that could be made for it to be an orange diamond, but basically, if you enjoy what it's selling, you'll probably have a pretty good time with this. It's very much WYSIWYG. You know, what we saw in the video, as far as I could determine, is basically what you get. Now, it does tell us that there are multiple stages, and on the leaderboards, I did see some that were listed at like stage 3. So I don't know if I just didn't go far enough. I did end up getting a run that made it eventually to about 5,000 or so points, which put me at 21st place, which is not too bad. There's a pretty massive gap between first and second place and then everybody else. So, I mean, I kind of felt like I did okay. But I don't think I saw a stage change, or maybe I did and I didn't recognize it. That was kind of one issue that I had with it, is that there's not a lot of information that's really, I felt, presented to us. They did have a couple of times, we mentioned in the video, that, you know, if you go long enough, then they'll put some text up on the screen where, you know, keep moving fast and jump, or a hold R2 to dive. But beyond that, I wasn't sure, like, if I had completed stages or not. We had this really interesting, almost where it paused for a little bit and the screen kind of flashed in white and then flash back out to the color that you're supposed to be. Was that a stage change? And I'm not entirely sure. I did like some of the aspects of the visual presentation a lot. I wasn't really impressed with the platforms themselves, which is not necessarily a big deal, but it's going to come up in a moment as a bit of a contrast. Like the sky and everything that's going on there, the storm that you're running through, the way that the lighting of the sky changes, I thought all of that was like really cool and actually really fairly well handled. You can see it best, I think, when you're going up, like from one platform layer into the next platform layer, and there's usually like that change in color grade and everything, and I like that. That was really, really neat. One other thing that I found that was pretty interesting, the longer that the stage goes on, the longer that you're running in this stage, the lower level blocks start to get fuzzier and fuzzier, and the cloud cover starts to get higher and higher, making those blocks at a certain point, clearly I haven't fixed the... Oh, wait, did I fix the music? Maybe I did, I'm not sure. Making those blocks harder and harder to see as time progresses, and eventually it's impossible to see them. So you really do want to get yourself, there's a purpose to getting yourself higher and higher up in those platform layers so that you're kind of staying out of the cloud cover. That was a really neat effect, and that made things more difficult as time went on in a good way. I liked it a lot. The physics of it, I found a little bit challenging. I wasn't always sure where I was going to be landing, if I was in kind of a safe zone or not. It seemed like sometimes I was getting hung up almost on the bottoms of some of the platforms and still moving, not falling, which was nice. I didn't want to die, but I wasn't like sure how to replicate that and how to improve on that. I did get a little bit better nailing jumps and keeping myself in areas where I was going to be hitting platforms to an extent. I never really got great at it. I never quite figured out like how and when I should be using the dive. That's on me. That's not on the game at all. But a lot of times I just kind of like would forget that the dive existed. So that was a little bit of a thing. One thing that I would put on the game, that I would kind of pin on the game, is the lack of music. I think that really stood out. You've got like some grumbling, growling storm sounds in the background, and those are cool. Every now and then you get thunder and lightning, and that is cool. But there's no like music that's carrying the action along, and I think that it would really help the stage. It would really improve the stage a lot to have some music in there. Now, I did mention on the visual presentation side, and I thought the platforms were a little bit iffy, and I wanted to bring that up as a contrast because I played Cuberun 1. Now, Cuberun 2, I think, is definitely the better game for a play experience. It's fun, it's fast, it's zippy, you can jump right into it, and you know, play it for a couple of times, then set it down. I don't think I'd play this for like 2 hours straight, but you know, you come back to it. I like that. I didn't really have that feeling with Cuberun's movement. I felt it was a lot more difficult to maintain momentum in Cuberun. However, I really, really liked the platform's look in Cuberun 1. They're really cool looking. They interact with the player. When the cube is actually touching the platform, the lights come on. I think that was a really great effect. It's interesting that the way they're kind of, some of them are tilted up like F-Zero racetracks. You couldn't really do that in Cuberun 2 because it is randomly generated. The stages are randomly and procedurally generated, so obviously you can't set up a track like that, unfortunately. But I just like that visual element a lot more than I like the visual element of the platforms in Cuberun 2. So those would be like kind of my two maybe negative points. The lack of music is the really big one, and just the fact that the platforms look kind of they're pretty meh in Cuberun 2. One thing that I was confused about in the game when we played, but I figured out in a run later on, the X button being reset and jump, it doesn't pick up the reset function until you've definitely died. Like, until there's no way to save your cube. So you're not going to mix it up with jump. It's not going to screw up anything in that regard. So that was cool. I appreciated that. I had a lot of fun with this level. I could see coming back to this level every now and again when we're doing streams with folks and just kind of goofing off with it and playing around with it. But I think that Rad, I'm very sorry. RadNFPlim did an excellent job here. I'm really glad that you shared this with the community. I look forward to seeing more from you in the future. I think we could have a lot of fun with your creations. But that pretty much does it for us this go about. So from me, Disco, here in Osaka, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be. What happened to my music again? Oh, it's still there. Okay, good. From me, Disco, here in Osaka, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be. Thank you. Arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.